Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel about the Gabion slope project. In the past few weeks, I have dismantled the Gabion slope with the excavator and already I started to place the stone baskets. Here is how I assembled these stone baskets. You will see how I set them up and connected them shortly. Stay tuned. Now let's move on to the construction of the Gabion slope. As you saw in the first video, everything went smoothly, neatly arranged on a single pallet. There are 30 pieces. 1 meter wide, 1 meter high, and 50 centimeters deep. The back wall and side grids have an extensive mesh, such as a wide mesh. The front wall has a tight mesh. To begin with, I will carefully and meticulously pre-assemble these durable and robust stone baskets, ensuring each one is perfectly aligned and securely fastened, and then proceed to finish building them with precision and attention to detail on the designated Gabion slope. Before I can build the Gabion slope, I first just need to empty the pallet. The grids with the extremely tight mesh are located at the very bottom, such as 10 to 5 centimeters. This means that smaller stones can also be filled in without falling out. The side parts were carefully and securely stored safely in the center of the pallet, in the storage area for protection and organization. These are the bottom grids and top grids. They have the large mesh specifically, and here are the grids for the back walls with a 10x10 cm mesh, such as approximately. Here are the spirals, a bundle with a length of 1 meter, and a bundle with a length of 50 centimeters. Everything was very well packaged. Here are the spacers. I will only install them at the end, when the stone baskets are in the correct position. They ensure that the stone baskets do not bulge and maintain their structural integrity. Using a single gabion, I would like to show how easy and convenient the assembly process is. I have laid out a basic framework here. I hope you can see the grids. Here is exactly the bottom grid in the middle. The narrow side part on the left, the narrow side part on the right. The back wall and the front wall. The top grid is just still here on the side. In this section, we will explore the necessary spirals that are crucial for connecting the grids. These spirals ensure that the grids are linked properly, allowing for smooth integration and functionality. Understanding their role helps us appreciate their contribution to the system's efficiency. The spirals are quite simply twisted in a manner that is secure and into the grids. I will take this front wall. It is bent from being transported on the pallet, but that doesn't matter. I have decided for my Gabion slope that the cross strips are on the outside and the longitudinal strips are on the inside. Now I carefully take one of the side parts and gently place the grids side by side next to each other with precision. Now the spiral is twisted through both grids. You can either just simply twist the spiral, or you can press down from above as well, by using your hand or a tool. With a little pressure applied gently and carefully, the spiral almost slides into place by itself, ensuring it aligns perfectly with minimal effort required. At the bottom of the structure, I carefully and precisely hold the grid together with my hands, ensuring a firm hold, and if necessary, I also use pliers to compress the grids tightly and securely, using my hands and tools to make sure everything is secure. Now I am carefully and meticulously installing the second spiral on the back wall with precision. Carefully hold both of the grids together once more, ensuring they are aligned properly, and then proceed to twist the spirals gently and securely, making sure that everything is in place and stable. It works best in particular when the ground is flat or level, and even in some certain places, it is indeed more difficult in certain areas. With just a little bit of practice, it almost always gets better. It gradually and consistently improves. I can screw in this spiral with just one finger. Sometimes it goes easily. To begin with, I am going to leave out this particular side wall of the basket. Then, I will carefully turn the basket onto its side. This process is essential because it allows for better access to the interior of the basket, making it easier to work with. By doing so, I can ensure that the contents are properly arranged and that the basket maintains its structural integrity. This step is crucial in the overall process and should not be overlooked. At this point in the process, the bottom grid has been successfully added to the structure. It aligns perfectly and is flush with the other grid, ensuring a seamless and uniform appearance. This step is crucial for maintaining the overall integrity and stability of the entire grid system. Begin by gently twisting the spiral, ensuring that each coil is carefully aligned and secure. As you continue this process, you will notice that the basket gradually becomes stable and is able to hold its shape independently without any additional support. This method allows the basket to maintain its form and function effectively, providing a reliable structure for various uses. The grids, which are part of the structure, still appear to be somewhat unstable and wobbly. However, this issue is not significant enough to cause any real concern or affect the overall functionality. The baskets then gain the necessary stability with the stone filling. I am currently assembling my baskets under the carport because it is currently raining, so that the gabions do not fall apart when I carry them later, and to ensure complete and total stability and security during the entire transportation process, I will additionally establish a connection between the grids with cable ties in order to ensure stability and security. This makes the baskets incredibly stable and securely in place. The cable ties hold them together very, very well. You can leave them on the basket at a later time, at your convenience, or you can remove them again if you prefer. It's up to you. Once the spirals are extremely carefully installed and the stones are very firmly and absolutely securely in the basket, nothing wobbles anymore. A level ground is most certainly definitely recommended. I also recommend stabilizing with cable ties, such as during the assembly. The woven basket, which has been meticulously crafted over several hours, is now nearing its completion and is in the process of being carefully turned back to its original position. Please ensure that you always at all times twist the spirals consistently from the same side, from the correct side. Now I am currently installing the short spirals. This works just like with the long spirals. This is quite relatively easy indeed. The basket is now already very stable, as you can clearly see. In this step, I am going to carefully and precisely install the short spiral component in its designated position, ensuring everything is aligned correctly. You should definitely wear protective gloves to avoid injuring yourselves in any way. The metal, which is known for its properties, also stains heavily. The last side panel is still currently unaccounted for. It goes here. Twist in the 2 long spirals from the top. Then carefully twist the 2 short spirals gently and securely horizontally at the top and bottom. Then the Gabion basket is now completely finished. The spacers will be installed later. 4 pieces are planned for this Gabion basket, once here and once up here, and 2 pieces each in the lower area. The assembly instructions describe it quite well. I leave 40 cm of space each time. A spacer should also be placed at the free end face to prevent the Gabion basket from bulging there. I won't continue at this point because there are still tasks to be completed. The stones, which are essential for the structure, still need to be carefully placed into the Gabion basket. When I very carefully fill in the heavy stones, I have to lift the lid. and gently. For that, I need to remove the spirals again. And once more. Once again. The spirals are turned counterclockwise. While doing this, pull slightly on the spirals. This task is often more challenging than it seems because there is already some tension involved. The existing tension makes it difficult to address the issue without careful thought and planning. Therefore, it requires a strategic approach to manage and reduce the tension effectively. Then the small spiral is carefully taken out again. To fill it, the lid is opened. Then the stones are carefully and securely placed into the Gabion basket. I will show you that properly and safely later. At the same time, the spaces are carefully and precisely installed, simultaneously. In the end, the basket is closed again. If you want to place a second Gabion basket on top, for example, a 1 meter or half meter high Gabion basket, you need to pay attention to that all 3 grids align flush and are connected with only one spiral, ensuring that they are perfectly and precisely in place and securely connected with utmost care and attention to detail to guarantee the desired outcome is achieved. The lower side part, the upper side part, and the intermediate cover are connected with a spiral. In the intricate and complex structure of the endless wall connection, it is observed that all 3 neighboring grids are intricately and seamlessly connected with a continuous and elegant spiral pattern. I will just show you exactly what I mean. Just a little bit. Both bottom grids are later placed side by side, with the separating grid in the middle. At the moment, currently, the spiral here at the bottom specifically connects only a bottom grid with the separating grid in the structure as it stands in the current configuration. In the endless connection, the spiral must connect both bottom grids and the separating grid. I will later very carefully twist this spiral back out and then back through all 3 grids. This way, I can build an endless wall made of Gabion baskets that is very stable, secure, and reliable. This must then be done directly in the construction pit as a crucial part of the process. I carefully build my baskets here, and on the construction site, I have to meticulously take them apart again to connect them. In this brief overview, I sincerely hope that I have given you a comprehensive and concise understanding of the topic. This is what the fully and completely assembled and constructed Gabion wire basket currently looks like. Only the essential spaces are still missing from the setup. The Gabion basket, a wire container filled with rocks or other materials, is designed to be extremely stable and durable, making it an ideal choice for various construction and landscaping projects. Please note that a small and very important note regarding the carefully protruding ends of the spirals. The following information is provided for your understanding and consideration. The ends protrude slightly because they bump against each other and cannot be twisted in further. This can be easily prevented by simply and carefully twisting the spiral in from the other side, and effectively, you can carefully bend the material into the desired shape at the end of the process. This step is crucial to ensure it fits perfectly and aligns with the intended design. It works quite well with pliers and other related tools such as wrenches, screwdrivers, and hammers. Simply and carefully bend it so that it looks visually appealing and cannot slip out again, ensuring that it is securely in place. This has no impact on the statics and stability. This change does not affect the core structural integrity or the overall stability of the system. It is only about the appearance. It is purely a matter of visual aesthetics and how it looks to the observer. I have just now finished pre-assembling the first 6 baskets, and they are now completely ready for use. I carefully built an L-piece, a corner, from 2 baskets, and with precision. This basket goes directly right next to my existing Gabion at the stairs. Next is exactly the corner from where I will right here build my Gabion wall in one solid piece. And in this setup, I have successfully connected all 3 of the grids using a spiral configuration. This method ensures that each grid is linked efficiently and effectively, maintaining a seamless connection throughout the entire system. Another spiral specifically, that is, indeed connects the right grid in the middle with the left grid. Specifically, all adjacent grids at the bottom have also been connected with the long spiral. This corner piece is now completely finished. Only the lids are still missing. I have also prepared these 4 stone baskets. I just won't be doing much more here. In the excavation pit, I need to carefully connect the baskets together. The baskets are standing directly next to each other and securely. This spiral is then unscrewed in a careful manner and subsequently screwed back with precision and attention to detail through all 3 grids. I am only preparing the baskets here because it is too muddy in the excavation pit due to the heavy rain last night, which has made the ground extremely slippery and difficult to work on. Therefore, I have decided to focus on preparing the baskets here in a safer and more stable environment. Ideally, I assemble the baskets on the slope. That way, I don't have to do double work. The mud has made my work harder. Some spirals need to be taken out again. The connection down here also needs to be redone. The spiral must go through all 3 grids. I will do the same, in the same manner as I have done before, with all the following baskets, ensuring consistency and precision. I am now going to carefully put on the sturdy rubber boots, which are essential for protection, and then proceed to place the first set of heavy gabions securely on the steep slope to ensure stability. I have carefully and meticulously set up the first 7 baskets with great attention to detail. I carefully and slightly adjusted the excavation pit so that the new Gabion fits directly against the old Gabion. The alignment of the wall is not correct yet. I will adjust that slightly later. I have installed all the spirals. However, I still need to make some slight adjustments in certain places. Oh, look at the ground. Just mud all over the place. Absolutely everywhere. This is not nice work. Today, I have a plan to mount several gabions, which are wirework containers filled with rock, concrete, or sometimes sand and soil, and strategically incorporate them into the existing wall structure. This process not only enhances the wall stability, but also adds an aesthetic element to the overall design. Then, the entire wall is carefully aligned in line, ensuring precision and accuracy. Afterwards, the stone baskets are very carefully and methodically aligned vertically, ensuring precision, with a slight slope towards the slope, slightly. With the powerful and efficient excavator, I had carefully and meticulously leveled the excavation pit to make sure it was as straight as possible, given the circumstances. However, it was not perfectly 100% straight. To ensure proper alignment, I find it necessary to use additional layers of gravel. This method helps in achieving a more stable and even surface, which is crucial for the overall structural integrity and aesthetic appeal of the project. I can carefully pour the gravel in with buckets. Afterwards, the baskets will be shaken into place after the gravel is poured, for stability. For the size of the wall, I just do not need a foundation here. The ground has grown and is stable. The laying gravel is completely sufficient for my purposes. Once the baskets are properly aligned and securely positioned, the sturdy gabions are carefully, meticulously and thoroughly filled with a layer of laying gravel to a precise depth of approximately 20 centimeters. The filling stones are then carefully and meticulously, strategically and securely placed in the construction process, ensuring stability and efficiency, and I simultaneously have a drainage layer. Now, as we move forward, it's the perfect moment to dive back into the exciting and challenging mud battle. Let's explore and see just how far I can push my limits and progress today in this thrilling adventure. The anticipation is building as I prepare to face the obstacles ahead, each step bringing new challenges and opportunities to overcome. Will I be able to conquer the muddy terrain and achieve my goals? Stay tuned to find out as the journey unfolds. The first part of the Gabion wall is finished. I am also done for today. Working in this muddy environment is incredibly exhausting and draining as the thick, sticky mud clings to every step, making each movement a struggle and sapping energy quickly. But I really accomplished quite a bit today. I hope you can see that I have constructed the Gabion wall to extend as far up the slope as it was practically possible to do so, ensuring stability and support for the surrounding area. I have already aligned the baskets a little by carefully and meticulously placing stones underneath in order to ensure stability and balance. Some corners and edges are still quite visible in some specific areas. However, they will disappear when I install the stones. The mud, due to the heavy rain and very slippery and extremely treacherous conditions, made it extremely difficult and challenging for me to connect the gabions. In order to simplify the process for myself and ensure everything was securely in place, I took the time to fasten the grids at several crucial points using sturdy cable ties. This method provided additional stability and peace of mind, knowing that the grids would remain firmly attached and not shift out of position during use. The grids are significantly more closely and more tightly together. Overall, indeed, this made it easier for me to screw in the spirals. The rest will follow tomorrow up to this curve. That's approximately another 5 meters or so in total, roughly. First of all, I need to very carefully and extremely precisely fell the large and sturdy tree so that it absolutely doesn't fall on the baskets. The built-in curve, which was previously hidden and now is quite clearly visible. In the next step, I will attach a geotextile from the back so that no soil slips into the baskets. I will also set up and install empty conduits for the electricity and water pipes right away in order to ensure future flexibility and ease of access. Once the initial preparations are complete, the designated area is filled with gravel. This gravel is carefully spread to achieve an even layer across the surface. Specialized equipment is then used to compact the gravel thoroughly. This step is essential to ensure the gravel is firmly packed, providing a stable foundation for any future construction activities. Later, the area in front of the gabion wall will be gradually and carefully filled with soil to a height of approximately 20 to 30 cm, ensuring stability and safety to the structure. This will be done in a controlled manner for optimal results. I hope it stays dry in the coming days so that I can work more effectively, hopefully, and efficiently and productively. Please kindly remember to gently press the subscribe button and activate the notification bell icon for updates on new content. I am indeed also really delighted about a like. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next part. Bye.